Hey, good morning, guys, and happy Father's Day. I would also, it's really a message for every day, and it really made me think of Lester Levinson and Larry Crane, Love Yourself, the book we're going through, and we're continuing through that. We'll probably take a couple of weeks because we're into chapter 14 of Love Yourself by Lawrence Crane, and it's really the experiential part. It's experiencing God, and we've been doing that all along, I know. But that's the whole goal. The whole goal is not to learn something, but to experience something. And uh, not to learn about God, but experience the infinite presence of God that you are, and that you've always been. It's always been within you and all around you. And so, anyway, it's not just Father's Day. This is a message for everybody, and it's not just a day. It's really, what if we could experience happiness every day? And it really reminded me of um, Happiness is Free by Hale Dwoskins and Lester Levinson. And it says, Session one, the basic goal and ways of attainment. And the way of attainment is to love yourself and love everything, which is typically why people are so frustrated. And even though, hey, happy Father's Day, happy Mother's Day, happy birthday, might be nice for a brief period, but then they often find themselves in depression. I don't feel good about my life. It's really short-lived because they really haven't taken care of the root, which is they've covered up their infinite presence, which is the effortless beingness of God, whatever you want to call it. God doesn't struggle for things. God is. It's just effortless. It's free. It's neutral, non-judgmental. And the reason people don't experience happiness all the time is because they've learned to be, or they've been told that God is judgmental and therefore you are judgmental. And we've shared this a lot of times. People become like the God they worship. And so if they think God is not neutral and he's loving, but all these different things. Yeah, but he is love, but um, no, unconditional love is unconditional, which basically says everything's okay exactly what it is. I accept and love the situation, the person, the political party, the other religion, the other sex, differences of opinion. I say yes to all of it. And that's why people don't have sorrow or happiness all the time because they're experiencing judgment and anger and frustration and fear and anxiety, guilt, shame, and it deals with all of that. And so I just want to share this with you. It says, what is, instead of just a day, to be happy for a day, and even then I question, because I deal with so many people, are they really happy? And it's okay if you're not, because here's the cool part. Most people aren't deep into their core. But the fantastic news, the great news is that's your true nature. So it's not that difficult to get back to it. You've just covered yourself up with limiting thoughts and and judgmental beliefs and feelings. And since they're not natural to you, you can let go of them. And so let me just read this to you. This is the page 21. What is the basic goal? It says everyone in the world is looking for this. Every single human being on the planet. Happiness with no sorrow. That's what everybody's looking for. They just want to be happy all the time. Happiness with no sorrow. Continuous state of happiness with no taint whatsoever of sorrow. Now, if this is the goal, why is it the goal? The reason why it is the goal is because imperturbable happiness, basically everything, nothing can get you off your happiness, is your very basic nature. So your very basic nature is the effortless beingness of God. It's neutral and not judgmental and loving. Complete, and this is part of it too. When your basic nature is what I just described, you have complete and total freedom. We get frustrated when things aren't going how we think they should go. And if we would just say yes to that and limit or get by saying yes to it and welcoming that frustration that we don't like how things are going, I just say yes to it. I'm going to love this feeling I have about this part of my life. This, whether it's your relationships, your body, your weight, your health, your finances, your business, etc. It's all the same. Um, could I just say yes and welcome that feeling and love that feeling unconditionally? Everything comes back to harmony and peace, and everything's okay. And it's really understanding that there is a love that is us, but it's also contains everyone and is greater than just this individual that we call ourselves. And it really does have things are happening for us. Everything in the world is bringing us to a state where we let go of more and more of our limiting beliefs that keep us unhappy so that we can stay in this state of happiness with no sorrow, which allows you to have complete and total freedom, and that is freedom to do or not do anything and everything. So if you have the freedom to do or not do anything or everything, you're the all, then it's typically not that it's very hard to be unhappy. This is your real nature. This is your true state before we encumber it with limiting thoughts and limiting beliefs of who you are. So you are the effortless beingness, the presence of God that's neutral and loving, that can be completely free to do anything at any time if you say yes to it, if you love yourself. Because love eliminates all those negative feelings, which holds to you the negative things that you don't like about your life. So it allows it to dissolve in love, and everything becomes okay, exactly how it is. I don't need to change anything. Everything is because I trust there's a love greater than us, bringing us uh, to a state of more and more oneness so we can experience more and more of the infinite love of God that we are. So, anyway, chapter 14, exercises. And he talks about you can begin the day this way, throughout the day, and end this way. What is it? Excuse me. Um, Basically, it's this. If you find yourself in any state with any feelings about any situation, person, thing that is not, everything's okay. It says during the day, if you've gotten irritated, frustrated, annoyed, or some other negative feeling has taken you over, it's time to take a few minutes to notice you're probably disapproving of someone. You're being judgmental. This is good. This is bad. Um, I don't like how this is going. Uh, and I don't like this person. Like I said, it's I don't like that party. I don't like their sex. I don't like their ideas. I don't like their religion. And the challenge with religion is you're taught that your religion is more superior typically, and everybody thinks they have the truth. So if you could just say yes and loving, uh, I just say yes to this feeling that I think my religion's better, which is really kind of pride. And everything just you get to relax and everything's okay. Now you truly love everybody. So he says, during your day, if you get swept up by negative, it may seem difficult to be positive, but as soon as you notice the negative, recognize that you've been saying no. That's really the key is if I say, I don't like this feeling, I don't like how I feel, I don't like how things are going, saying no is not practicing unconditional love. It's saying, I don't like this, where unconditional love says, I accept this exactly how it is. I'm not going to try to change it. I'm not going to try to push it down, which is what people have done their whole life. I'm just going to relax. And could I just say yes to that feeling? And we'll go through the exercises a little bit, but that's really what it is. If you want to go, how do I practice loving myself? It is that simple, really. If you want to just say yes, YES. Now, people try add all kinds of yeah buts to it. And I would just ask you, does it hurt enough? Do you want to be free enough where you could just try unconditional love? Because most people have never done it their whole life, which is really pretty interesting. Actually, they have. They, I think most people are born this way. There's debate on whether um, you inherit some of uh, the emotional parts of your mother and father, and that makes sense to me. But for the most part, you're born as the perfection of God and pretty non-judgmental as a child. You have to learn that this is good or bad. Most of the time, you just go through life in those early stages when you're in that alpha theta state, and you just think this is how life is. You really don't put a lot of judgment on it. And so I know that I experienced that. And it wasn't until later I was like, oh, I was supposed to be mad at that. I'm supposed to be angry about this. So I think for the most part, you're born as well, I know your spirit is born as the perfection of God, period. There's nothing that's ever experienced anything. It's the it's the belief systems that we've taken on, whether we took those on even in the womb. Yeah, okay. I can understand that where they picked up the fear of the mother, the father, and but the cool part is with epigenetics and neuroplasticity and all the science, when you unconditionally love guys, the science behind it says it's infinite power to change your life. That's the good news. So basically, if you've been saying no to anything, you don't like what's going on, you don't like how your body looks, you don't like something about your marriage, your health, your finances, you name it, right? You've been saying no to something. And he says, just ask yourself, does saying no get you positive? Does it? And as we've been sharing, it's actually quite a simple concept. Positive energy creates positive things. Negative feelings, fear, worry, anxiousness, holds what you don't like to you and really doesn't solve anything. And really just causes your body to get um, out of phase. And so when you say yes to whatever you feel, now you're creating positive energy. Yes is a much higher positive energy because it's loving than saying no. So when you change your energy, E equals MC squared, the material world, the physical world must change. It's a law. Nobody can tell you why it works. That's just the presence of God and how it works. It says, say yes to whatever you've been feeling. Say yes and keep saying yes. And you can hear Larry Crane's rhythm. And could you just say yes some more and just a little more? And if you go through it, just say yes. Don't just read it, just say yes as if he's reading it to you. Could you just say yes and then could you exhale and say, I just say yes to that feeling? I just say yes to that frustration. I say yes to that worry some more. And I say yes some more. That's all he's talking about, guys. And you can experience the infinite presence of God very quickly, and your life just starts to get better almost immediately. So say yes and keep saying yes. Soon the negative feelings leaves because that's not natural to you, so they desire to go, and you let go of any disapproval you may have and start to give yourself approval. Then you can go on with your day feeling happier and lighter, using the power of yes, and there's no reason to have stress or frustration in your life. It's just a decision. If you decide to be positive, which just says, here's what I want to address on this, because I see a lot of people like um, cover up those feelings, and it's really kind of an act. I'm just, I'm going to stay positive and I'm going to have faith because I have the faith of God. And that's not what we're talking about here. Deciding to be positive says, I'm conscious of those worrisome feelings, those anxious feelings, those angry feelings that I have, that those judgmental feelings that I wish something was different. And I just say yes to them. I'm going to unconditionally love those feelings. It's scary to most people because they've never done it. It seems counterintuitive. Say yes to something that I don't want. Well, that would be unconditional love. So, by deciding to be positive, you move in the direction of happiness, abundance, health, and peace. So, that's the decision. Do we really want sorrow, happiness with no sorrow whatsoever? And it's simple. It's just different than what most people have done. Could I just say yes and unconditionally love whatever I'm feeling about any situation or any person, including yourself? And then could you just say yes to that person, that situation itself? So you're first loving the feeling, the judgment behind anything, and then you're loving the situation or person exactly how it is. That's giving yourself approval. I just say yes to this, and I give myself love, and I give that person love, and I just say yes to my happiness. I say yes to my effortless abundance. I say yes to my health, and I say yes to my infinite peace. He says, try it, you'll like it. The next section gives you practice on the power of yes. And he says, in order to get the most out of these exercises, make sure you focus, participate, and play along and answer back as if he's asking you the questions. If you do this, rather than just read this material, that's why I said the book is not to go, oh, I read that, and you put it on your bookshelf as if it's a trophy. The book is to experience God, to really experience loving yourself. And then you will see immediate improvements in yourself in every way. That's what's really cool. We don't have to go, hey, if you have faith, then it'll work. No, we can say when you practice unconditional love and just say yes to your feelings, the things, the situations that you've said no to, uh, you don't have to wonder if you're going to get results. It says you get immediate improvements in every way, which is a good deal. So happy Father's Day and happy every day where we could have imperturbable happiness and freedom in abundance, health, and peace in every way. And he goes, you don't have to have faith. You can actually experience this immediately. That's what I love about this is we don't have to debate scripture. We don't have to debate religion. Are you saying, no, I'm not saying anything. Experience it. Just say yes to yourself. So, all right, let's deal with the first one. And I'll walk you through this. We'll probably just deal with, let's see. I think I'll start with, no, I'll start in order. Frustration, because he goes through worry and frustration. Frustration, uh, here's what he says. Have you experienced frustration in your life? Maybe you're frustrated right now. You're basically frustrated when things aren't going how you think they should go. versus trusting an infinite love has a plan for you. And you don't like your life, your body, your health, your business, your whatever it is, right? You've been saying no to something. Does that energy, does that frustration help you solve what's going on? Have you ever frustrated yourself into positivity? No, it doesn't work. Then why would you continue to do it? And most people, I would say, is because they've been taught that's the right thing to do. If God's judgmental, I am getting a merit badge for God, so I'm going to be judgmental. That's just really the heart of religion. And if you're new here, just try it, just see, and your eyes will start to get opened up. Like maybe it's just better than what I've been taught my whole life. Maybe God is neutral and unconditionally love and is judging no thing or no one ever. And I would say that's the case, is because all the planets, are they in harmony? Did the sun come up perfectly despite what's going on in the world? Does the seed of God, when a man and a woman complete intimacy, still create a child in pretty much anywhere and anyone, no matter what their religion, race, creed, uh, belief system? Does it still work the same for every human being on the planet? Yeah, it does. So he says this: would you like to have a simple exercise so you can eliminate all frustration quickly, easily, and on the spot? Could you just say yes to that? See, a lot of people try, I can hear their religious minds going through, yeah, but I don't believe this. We're not asking you to believe it. We're asking you, would you like to experience it? Now, he says this: think of something that frustrates you. Like I said, it's usually the big three. I don't like my relationships. I feel like I don't feel love. I feel like this person's not loving me. I don't love them anymore. All the different things that are really kind of untrue. You've just covered it up and convinced yourself, because the real you loves everything and everyone. So, on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most frustrated, one being the least frustrated, where are you right now in regard to that frustration? He goes, I can show you how to get rid of this frustration if you're willing to do something different. So here's the thing. Do you want to not just have happy Father's Day, but have happiness with no sorrow and complete freedom to do anything at any time with anyone every day? So yeah, happy Father's Day, but happy every day, whether you're a father or not, is really the goal for me and freedom. What we're doing here. Are you willing to do something different to let go of your frustration so you feel happy? You should be, oh yeah, right? Can you can you can you see that you've been saying no to that frustration? We don't like frustration. We don't like other things, people, etc. We've been taught to do that. The true you loves everything and everyone and is perfect. You don't need to change anything about you. It's already there. It's just letting go of those things that we've been taught. The frustration doesn't feel good, does it? See that you've been saying no to it. But when you've been saying no to it, you actually push it down and you just collect more of it, is what he says. Now, I would just close your eyes as I go through this and really just try experience this. It'll be a feeling in your chest, your gut area, typically within your body, and you're looking for the feeling. Is can you just see that when you feel that frustration, can you just say yes to that frustration and just say yes to it? And really try say it's okay for that feeling to be there and allow yourself to feel that feeling. Don't try push it away. Don't try change it. Don't try overcome it with positive faith. Just say yes. That's unconditional love, guys. And could you just say yes to that uncomfortable feeling of frustration there again? Now, can you just say yes to it some more? And can you say yes to that frustration some more? And can you say yes to it a little bit more and a little bit more? And could you say yes to it again? And just say yes to it again. And can you say yes to that frustration even more and just a little bit more? And could you just say yes to that frustration some more? And he says, now just take a check on a scale of 1 to 10, with 10 being the most frustrated, one being the least. Where are you now? You can see, guys, in a matter of a minute, 2 minutes, you can experience the the effects of unconditional love, which is just saying yes to how you feel in the moment, saying yes to any situation that you've been saying, I don't like this, I wish this was different. I just say yes to it. And it says, so now instead of pushing down, you can invite it up. Can you just say yes to that amazing remaining frustration and just and just continue to let it up? Can you just say yes to it? Now, if you watch the video, he says something that which I think is really powerful that you can do. He says, just like anything in your body, you don't have to beat yourself up if you're feeling frustrated, worried, angry, anxious, fearful. That's normal. That's just feedback mechanism going, hey, you're holding on to something that you could let go of and be free and be happy from today. You could release that. And since that's not your true nature, though, all those negative feelings do want to leave. And so he says something funny on the video, as you've heard, and he says, "Hey, could you put the owner of those feelings and that frustration on the phone?" It's us, of course. So, you guys, here's the really cool part. You are the infinite, effortless presence and beingness of God. You're bigger. You're not your body, your feelings, your emotions, your experiences. That's just something you're experiencing. You're bigger than all of it. You are the infinite, effortless beingness of God. You are the very life and miracle manifesting presence of God. That's who we really are. So your true nature, who you are right now, you don't have to believe it. You don't have to come into it. You don't have to be enlightened. You are it. That's your true existence. At birth, you are. It's bigger than your feelings and it's bigger than your thoughts. It really is. So the fact that you can sit back and go, I am not those thoughts and I am those feelings. I'm the one observing those. The fact that we can look at them and be conscious of them, which you could call awareness. Hey, I'm aware of what I'm seeing and feeling. Um, could I let those go since I'm the owner of it and I'm the bigger one of it? Yeah, of course you could. So he says this, could you just say to that frustration, that worry, that anxiousness, I love you. I'm the owner of this, and I give you permission to leave. Any frustration, I love you. And if you want to leave, I give you permission to leave. And just really open up. And so once you've let go and you really start to get closer to zero on that scale of frustration, then just end it with whatever you want life to be. I just say yes to my infinite happiness. I say yes to my effortless abundance. I say yes to unconditional love. I say yes to infinite peace. And I love myself. I bless myself. I say yes to myself. I love myself. I bless myself. I say yes to myself. I love myself. I bless myself. And he says, continue repeating this exercise on the frustration until you're on zero on the scale with regard to frustration. Holding on to the frustration gets in the way of you accomplishing anything, including loving yourself. If you have frustration about a person or situation, guess who gets to feel it and carry it around? That's what he says. Who's the owner of this thing? You do. So the smart thing to do is to bring up all your frustration. Just say yes to it. Say, I love you and I allow you to leave. And allow it to leave so you can be happier, healthier, wealthier, and have better relationships. I think I'm going to stop there because I'll go through some of the other ones. Worry, we'll go through guilt and shame for sure, because religion really puts a lot of that on. Um, Guilt means you've done something wrong, as if God's up in the cloud with 10 rules. It's not it at all. It's a mistranslation, guys. It's 100 times better than that. 10 is always 10 is always double entendre everywhere in scripture. The yod in Hebrew. And it literally says the it's the picture of a fist, which was strength. The strength of God comes in the release, the 10, the double entendre, the finished. People talk about finished work. I think they have no idea what the finished work of the cross is. It's not what you think it is. In the original text, there was nothing bad whatsoever about it. Yod was the seed of God that carries all the power of God has been released at the completion of intimacy, the 10, which is pretty cool. And so we'll go through that. But anyway, we're going to stop there, guys. But hey, happy Father's Day. But wouldn't this be a great day for everybody? Father, mother, no kids, uh, married, not married, divorced, that really doesn't matter. Could you just say yes to anything that you've been saying no to, or could you that you didn't like or wish were different? You'll find that those negative feelings really release pretty fast, and you really start to experience a state of imperturbable happiness, which is the goal that everybody wants. So, not just happy Father's Day, but happy every day for everyone.